Oh, folks, you're not going to believe who I got on the line with me today. It is the one and only bow hunting god, Mr. Tim Wells. Hi, Tim.
Hey, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, sir. How are you today?
Fantastic.
All right. And what are you up to today, sir?
Well, I'm packing my gear, man. It's the middle of the summer, and my wife and I are headed for Hawaii to hunt axis deer, wild hogs. She wants to pick coffee in the mountains, so, maybe I can figure out what's living up in the mountains while she's picking coffee, and I can do a little hunting at that time as well. But we'll even throw in a little bit of bow fishing, so
No,
it's going to
man.
be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it.
You know, you are by far my favorite archer in the world. I love the stuff you do. You're great.
Oh, man, appreciate that. That's two of us. I'm my favorite as well. So.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. You got to love yourself.
I got two followers I know of now. That's awesome.
Yes, sir. Hey,
Yeah.
what's your favorite type of hunting? If people don't know you, man, you hunt with spear, archery, guns, rocks, weeds. What's your favorite?
I really enjoy spear hunting. I really love the thrill of when it comes down to that moment, because they have to be so stinking close. But the problem with spear hunting is it takes me so long and so much effort to finally get the opportunity to throw that spear. So that's one thing that I really love to do, and I'm not particular over what critter I'm spear hunting, but I guess if I had to throw everything away and only could pick one thing to do, it'd probably be predator hunting, because I love the thrill of calling and tricking animals into bow range, that are really hard to kill anyway. And that's probably my favorite. I love it all, but those are my favorites. And if I could make it even better, I'd throw one of my kids into the hunts, so that they're the ones doing the shooting and I'm filming. That would make it all the better for them.
Oh yeah. Do you have a dream hunt?
Well, you know what? I'm not much on controversy, but I had a little controversy this year that came from my bucket hunt of my lifetime. I had put money down on a spear hunt for brown bear in Alaska, and 3 years ago, and I had anticipated this hunt for so long. I was so amped up and ready to go. We were supposed to be there this coming fall, and or last fall, and a week and a half before I left, the outfitter called me and canceled my hunt. He said he was too much of a he said for other reasons why he was canceling, but the bottom line was he cowered to public opinion because the one kid speared the black bear in Alberta, and all this hoopla got out about how brutal spearing was and so forth, and he didn't want to get wrapped up in that. I'm thinking to myself, for one, I guess it may be a blessing in disguise, because who wants a coward like that backing you up when you're going into spear fight something that's 1,200 pounds? But on the other hand, I was like, what a pathetic excuse of somebody that's supposed to be a real badass. He's cowering into public opinion. So, but in the end, I didn't get to do my bear hunt, and that's my bucket hunt. I want to do it. I'll try to do it again someday if they don't outlaw it for some unknown reason. But that's one I haven't got to do yet and still want to.
Mr. Wells, I was talking to a guy at work, and he's following my page, and I put I think a picture of you of one of your hunts on there. Sharing your Relentless Pursuit page, and it was a black bear. And this man's not an outdoorsman or nothing. And he goes, I'm not going to follow that page right there because he speared a bear. And I have never heard anybody. I didn't even know there was a controversy about that. What is that about?
I have no idea. It's a funny thing. You can't win as a hunter anymore. If I go shoot a bear with a rifle, they're going to say, oh, that's not fair. Anybody can sit there and shoot an animal 200 yards with your rifle. Okay, all right, I won't do that. So I'll spear him. Oh, that's too brutal. Can't you move on with the times? We're not cavemen anymore. It's like, You know
Right.
what? My spear kills animals faster than any of my arrows ever have. Those
Mhm.
spears are deadly. The fact
Oh
that
yeah.
it's hard to do and they create a lot of trauma is beside the point. You know, when they hit an animal, they do.
Mhm.
They cut him good, and
Mhm.
the moments of life he has left from the moment that spear enters his flesh are very brief. And I thought, you know, that's what we all strive for. As a spear
Right.
hunter, I deliver death quickly when I finally get the opportunity. They
Exactly.
never get away. I mean, even if I missed and hit one in the hip, the traumatic value of that spear cuts him so bad they can't get away. And,
Right.
you know, I've given the animal every chance under the sun to get away, and most of them get away from me. But yet the anti-hunters and even some hunters that are gun hunters or bow hunters or whatever, for whatever reason, think I'm a bad person because I want to hunt with my spear, you know.
Well,
So,
he
and they
said,
probably feel the same way about me blowgunning and stuff, but, you know,
yeah.
that's what
Well,
it
he
is.
said that if it was a hog or a deer or a rabbit or anything like that, it was okay, but not the bear. And I was kind of blown away by that. And he said he wasn't judging. He said, and I'll follow the guy, he said, but not on bear hunts like that. And I was really shocked. I'd never heard of that. And then you say this today.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
you'll
know.
have that, but you know what? I don't cower into those kind of bias opinions for the one reason I am who I am, and you know, I have reached the point in my career for one reason. It's not because I'm a great hunter or my skill level's better than the next guy. It's because of the, you know, the millions of fans that stood beside me through it all. You know, those are the people that is the reason why I don't even have any room for more sponsors at the moment, because, you
Well,
know,
now you just said
we
you
have
weren't
the
better than
following.
right, but you just
But,
said you weren't better than anybody else, and you are the best by far. The stuff you do, man, I am mesmerized every time I watch it. It's amazing.
well, I've
For
been shooting
real.
my bow since I was, you know, since I was in kindergarten, and get
Hmm.
off the school bus every night. In the fall, I would run that mile and a half to home down the country road, because if I didn't hurry, it would get dark before I could get home and get my bow out of the house.
Yeah.
And I'd run out in the yard with the 6 or 7 arrows that Grandpa made me. And back in the day, there were millions of blackbirds. I'm talking millions. I don't know what's happened to them. There's still a lot, but it's nothing like it was. And
Yeah.
in the evening, right before dark, they would come from the cornfields in the fields by the thousands in big black balls flying over the house, one after another. And I'd go out in the hayfield, and when they'd come by as a little boy, I'd lead that pack of birds with my bow and shoot that arrow up into the flocks. And I would
Hmm.
do it time and time and time and time again. And then once in a while I'd hit one, which would just be so exciting. And, you know, it was stuff like that when it was just me and my bow, and no, I didn't have any neighbor boys lived around me. I didn't have a brother. My sister was 5 years younger than me. So the only thing I had to
Hmm.
play with was my bow, my dog, and the woods. So that's kind of how it all started and where it led me.
You know, I once killed a barn swallow with a bullwhip. I was out.
Really?
Yep. I was messing with his baby. His baby had landed on the ground. I wasn't trying to kill it or nothing. I was just messing with it, and it started dive bombing me. And I went up as it came around the corner, and I whacked at it with a bullwhip, and I caught the ding dang thing right in midair and killed it. I feel kind of bad
Dude.
about it, but it was fun.
Now that'll give you bad karma.
I know, because now what's the baby gonna do? But hey, you know, on my show, I say we bring a little home to the troops until we can bring our troops home, and this goes out all around the world. We have thousands of enlisted personnel that listen to it. So is there anything that you would like to say to the troops to maybe bring a little home to the troops till we can bring them home?
Well, I just want you guys to know, man, that your service isn't being ignored, and we understand the stress of what you're going through, even though we don't understand the full impact of what it can be, and no one can understand what you know, what you face being away from your families, facing you know, the conflicts over there that you are, the stress levels that you're undergoing. But we do love and appreciate everything you've done. And I pray that, you know, the new administration gives you the freedom to do your job and you don't have to be afraid to defend yourself. And this country deserves someone like you, and we've got it. And now that you have the tools to do what you need to do, we sure appreciate it. And we're going to keep plenty of animals back here for you to hunt when you get back. And in the meantime, scout me out some ibex or something like that while you're over there, and drop me a line as well. Maybe I can get over there and launch some arrows or even hunt with you one day. But for God and country, we love you and we thank you for all you've done. And every time I hop on a plane or I travel out and down to Texas or I do what I feel like I want to do, I have to remember that that's only because someone bought my freedom, and a lot of them paid for it in blood, and their bodies are still laying under the soil and under the sands of the beaches and the deserts where guys like you have made the ultimate sacrifice. And in my family, in my mind, in my heritage, we will never, ever let that be forgotten.
Very, very well said, sir. You're a class act. Hey, on my show, sir, I play every kind of music you can think of. So, with that being said, what is your favorite music, and do you have any requests?
Wow, man, that's crazy you said that, because I just downloaded When the Lights Come On by Jason Aldean.
Okay. Well, and
Yeah.
I will play that. I will play that for you, sir.
Yeah. All right, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the phone call, and stay safe, troops. Do what you got to do, but try and stay safe for us and come home all in one piece, man.
Hey, thank you so much, sir, and you have a blessed day.
Okay. Thanks a bunch.
All right. Bye-bye.